Apply to. The scolding I gave to the other children doesn't apply to you. Enter into. Enter on. The English entered into the tea trade. They entered into a discussion about the issue. Indulge in. Thus you cannot indulge in the pleasure of spending money freely. Believe in. Do you believe in ghosts? I have never believed in wars. Participate in. Are you going to participate in the speech contest? Major in. Jim majors in fine arts. Specialize in. The study which Mr. Smith specializes in is economics. Persist in. The lady persisted in wearing that old-fashioned shirt. Insist on. Jimmy insisted on my taking him to the zoo. Abound in. Fish abound in the river. Go with. She is going to have another blouse made to go with her costume. Coincide with. Publication of the article was timed to coincide with the professor's birthday. Comply with. I cannot comply with his request. Sympathize with. His parents did not sympathize with his hope to become a journalist. Cope with. Jane felt unable to cope with driving in heavy traffic after her accident. Dispense with. In doing this, we cannot dispense with his help. Most hotels have dispensed with room keys and introduced card keys. Do with. What shall I do with her letter? You will just have to do with what you've got. Have done with. Please give me the paper when you have done with it. Have you done with the book? Trifle with. You should not trifle with his feelings. Begin with. This problem is hard to solve. So you had better begin with that one. Begin something by doing. He began his meal by drinking half a glass of ale. Abstain from. The doctor has ordered the patient to abstain from wine. Refrain from. You are asked to refrain from smoking until the sign is switched off. Suffer from. He is suffering from a serious disease. We suffer from a severe water shortage this summer. Recover from. He soon recovered from the shock. It took me a long time to recover from pneumonia. Come from. This word comes from Greek. Do without. I cannot do without this dictionary. Go without. It looks as though we shall have to go without a holiday this year. Yield to. He made every effort to avoid yielding to the temptation to start drinking again. Refer to. I think all fat people should go on a diet. Are you referring to me? Does your remark refer to me? See to. The nurses must see to the comfort of their patients. I'll see to it that you have a rise after the first year. Conform to. Man lives in a community, and has to conform to a social pattern. Abide by. She will not fail to abide by his promise. Take to. I'm not sure if George will take to this idea. After his father's death, John took to spending his time in bars. Appeal to. The country appealed to Japan for help. Between you and me, John's idea doesn't appeal to me very much. Resort to. The young man must have felt very desperate when he resorted to such a terrible act. Cling to. During the Middle Ages, astronomers had clung to the theory of a Greek philosopher. Stick to. I think you had better stick to your present job. Keep to. Once having a plan, you should keep to it. Object to. Do you object to my idea? Add to. Add something to something. They added to the enjoyment of my life. What do you have to add to 17 to get 60? Amount to. Imports from China amount to 40% in total. Some years ago, learning that one had tuberculosis amounted to hearing a sentence of death. Come to one's senses. I was glad to see that he finally came to his senses. Led to. The slightest mistake may lead to a fatal disaster. His carelessness led to his failure. Apologize to someone for something. You should apologize to Dad for not coming home in time for supper.